Today, all the forces want to be against me, from turkeys to people in front of my house, but I must record this video. I must survive. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 6 tips to keep in mind as a new writer. So you want to write a novel, but you want to know where to start from. You're confused, you're wondering, you're sitting down on your couch like this and you're like, hey, where do I start from? Well, this is the video for you. So let's get into it. The first tip I'm going to share with you is to start small. Yes, start small. And when I say start small, it could be something as little as he died. That's it. You have started. You have started writing. But really, start small. It could be as small as a blog post, an Instagram post that you're sharing your stories on. People are sharing their stories on their Instagram posts and they're getting followers. You can hop on that. It could be as little as flash fiction, 100 words, 1000 words, 200 words. It doesn't have to be a lot. It could just be something small. And why do I say you should start small? Because there is something about short stories. There's that satisfaction that it gives you. You get to finish a whole story and get that satisfaction that you get from finishing something. If you decide to start out with a novel, novels are quite long and the journey is very long and it has a lot of heartache and pain with it. And you might be discouraged to start. You might be discouraged to finish it because you haven't gotten that satisfaction. I know that for sure because when I started writing, there was this book I started writing that I am never going to show anybody, nobody. But I started this book and I started getting discouraged towards the middle because I was just like, I haven't finished this book and it just looks like this book is never going to be finished. And will I ever get that satisfaction of finishing a book? But then I decided to write a short story alongside the book, the novel, and I finished the short story and I got that satisfaction that one gets from finishing a book. So that's why I say it. You need to get used to finishing your project. And when you write a novel, you can get so discouraged that you leave the novel altogether. And that's why I advise that you finish your stories. You start with short stories and you finish those short stories. That's my advice. The second advice I am going to give to you is to read books. As a writer, you need to read. I know that people argue about whether writers should read books or not, but I don't even know why there's an argument. Why wouldn't you read books as a writer? What is the excuse? Tell me, what's the excuse? I know that some people would think that, oh, I don't want to read books because I don't want to compare myself, or I don't want to read books because I don't want to steal from another writer. But what are you stealing from another writer? The reason why you should read books is to help with your art, because when you read other people's books, it will encourage you. You can get some inspiration from it and you get to learn. There's something like reading as a writer. You can read as a reader, but you can also read as a writer. Reading as a writer means you will look at a book and you're studying the book. You're looking at what makes the book good. You're looking at what makes the book close to perfect. You're looking at what makes the book awesome, and that's the thing. And if it's a bad book, you're looking at what makes the book bad. So when you're reading a book as a writer, you get to learn some things. For me, sometimes I read some people's books and I want to get to writing fast because I'm learning so many things. Maybe it's the way the person writes their dialogue, maybe it's the way the person describes, but then I put it into practice, which is why it's good to write short stories, because you can put everything you learn into practice with the short stories. Well, if you do that with a long novel, it will just be messy and you would have a lot of editing to do. I know editing is already stressful, but then if you are now just experimenting with your novel, the editing, you will suffer. But really, that's one thing I'm going to say. Read books. Another thing that you need to do is to check out resources on writing. There are so many resources on writing. I'm talking about YouTube videos, blog posts. I'm talking about books on writing. Because yes, if you're reading another author's books, you will learn things, but you also need resources like this one that will tell you straight up, this is what you need to do, this is what you need to do. And those are really helpful. There are so many YouTube channels I watch that help me out with writing, and I can't do without them. But really, there's so many YouTube channels that I watch to help me with my writing. There are so many YouTube videos I watched that helped me with my writing, and I'm forever grateful to them. So I might recommend them in the description box below if I remember. I'll remember. But yes, make use of resources. Look for resources. There's so many resources. I know that Glory Abba, who is a Nigerian author, has a book on writing, so check that out. Just make sure that you are learning and you are not stuck in one place, because that would help. Another tip I am going to give to you is to share your work. I know it can be very daunting to share your work with people, because there's that thing when you write, as you're writing, you're feeling yourself, you're like, yeah, I'm writing, and then when it's time to share your work, you're like, because you don't know if you've been writing rubbish, you don't know if you've been deceiving yourself, and the fact that you would have to share it with another person and watch them as they read. Okay, you might not watch them as they read, but you know that thing where you share your work with somebody on WhatsApp or on any platform, and they read your book, and then you're like, what do you think of it? And they're taking hours to respond. That is so like it's it's so nerve-wracking. So I understand that it can be so daunting to share your work with people, and that's why platforms like Wattpad exist, because writing a novel is it's a lot, and you get to share your work and get people's feedback, and people will be like, yeah, you're doing well, or oh, you might need to correct this, and it just helps you and encourages you to go on with your work. So you can share your work on platforms like that, or you can share your work with your friends and family, or you can share your work with people that read and you're waiting for constructive criticism from them. Constructive criticism, not the one that you share with somebody. The person will tell you that I hope you never write again or something like that. But you need people that would read the book and actually give you the criticism, constructive criticism that you need. So share your work with people. Let them correct you. I have a friend that had a blog, and she would always share her work with me before she posts on her blog, and I'll give her corrections. Okay, you can do like this, the tone, just to make sure that, because it's better that the people you know give you this criticism than people you don't know, because that would be worse. Even when you're writing a novel, you need to give to your beta readers, you need to give to your editor. There are many people that it has to pass through before you give it to the outside world, because these people know you, these people care about you. People on the outside, they don't know you, they don't care if they hurt your feelings. Their own is that they read the book, they did not like it, and they're going to give it back to you like that. They're going to definitely let you know that they are not happy with you, or they are not happy with your work. So you need to be comfortable with sharing your work with people, whether the criticism that comes back bad, or whether they say your book is good. You should be ready to accept anything and everything. It's still nerve-wracking to me. My heart still beats. I still get anxious when I'm getting feedback on my work, but it's needed. I know that it's needed because I know it's going to help me. So get comfortable with sharing your work. Get comfortable with sharing your short stories. I can't count how many times I've been with someone and they will say, oh yeah, I write stories, but I don't share them with anybody. Please share your work, especially if you plan to write novels, or if you plan to write longer stories. Share your work. Another tip I'm going to give is to keep on practicing. Practice. If there's anything you need to take out of this video, is to keep practicing, because practicing makes perfect. Practice makes perfect, not practicing. Practice makes perfect. So you need to practice your work. You need to keep on writing. That's why I say short stories. Even if you're writing a novel right now, keep on practicing. Write. Because as you write, you get better. When I wrote in 2018, or what I wrote in 2018 is not the same as what I'm writing now. Like the style of how I was writing, like the way I was writing back then, it's not the same as how I'm writing now, because I've changed and I've learned a lot. So as you keep on writing, there's certain things that will be changing. And if you're even reading books, the more the better, because the more books you read, the better, because you keep on changing as you write. So just keep on practicing, and you're going to keep on getting better at your work. And that is all I have. If you have any more tips that you want to share, let me know in the comments. And if you have any questions that you want to ask, let me know in the comments. If you want to tell me anything, let me know in the comments. Oh, I'm such a rapper. But yes, that's all I have for today, and I'll definitely be sharing more writing videos, so stick around. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment. Subscribe, like, comment. comment, subscribe, like, comment. Keep on like I'm ringing it in your head so that you would subscribe. So subscribe, like, comment, share with your writing friends, and until next time, bye. I forgot to share the last tip, didn't I? So the last tip is to make friends with other writers. I forgot to share that. But make friends with other writers. Make other writers your friends. Make other writers your friends. It's not hard for me to make friends with other writers, but you need to have people in your corner that would encourage you, people in your corner that will support you, people in your corner that would definitely be there for you. So have people in your corner that you can share your story with, that will share their stories with you, because the writing journey can be lonely, like I said. And if you have people that are going to be checking up on you, saying, okay, how is writing going, that can understand what goes into writing, that can understand your emotions, your feelings, it will just make it worthwhile for you. So make friends, reach out to people. People are nice, writers are nice. If you reach out to them, they will definitely answer you, and if they don't have time, they will definitely tell you. So don't forget to reach out to people. You can even reach out to me. And yeah, that's all I have to say. So until next time, bye.